What is ClickUp? Whether you are juggling school assignments, handling freelance work, or collaborating in a team environment, ClickUp is a powerful tool that can transform how you organize and track your work. So, let's begin by exploring ClickUp. What is ClickUp? ClickUp is a cloud-based project management software designed to help individuals and teams manage their work more efficiently. It's an all-in-one platform that combines task management, document sharing, collaboration, and reporting all in one place. Think of it as a one-stop shop for organizing and keeping track of everything related to your work, whether it's personal tasks or team projects. In simple terms, ClickUp is a tool that makes it easier to organize tasks. You can create tasks for yourself or for your team members, set deadlines, and track their progress. Collaborate. Whether you're working on a group project or collaborating with clients, ClickUp allows you to communicate in real time, attach files, and comment on tasks. Track progress. You can monitor the status of tasks, track how much time has been spent, and ensure that nothing slips through the cracks. Main features of ClickUp. Now, let's explore some of the key features that make ClickUp stand out. Tasks and projects. At its core, ClickUp is built around tasks. You can create tasks for any project or job, assign them to yourself or others, set due dates, and track progress. These tasks can be organized into projects using folders and lists, making it easy to organize your work into manageable chunks. Customizability. One of ClickUp's standout features is how customizable it is. You can tailor views, statuses, and fields to match your specific needs. For example, you might need to track tasks in a list format, but your team may prefer a Kanban board view. ClickUp lets you switch between these views with just a click. This flexibility makes ClickUp ideal for any kind of project or task, whether it's a solo endeavor or a large-scale team project. Collaboration tools. ClickUp is designed for collaboration, with features like task comments, document sharing, real-time notifications, and mentions. It's easy to work together with others. Whether you're giving feedback on a colleague's task or discussing project details, everything stays within ClickUp, ensuring you never miss important communication. Time management features. ClickUp also has strong time management features. You can set deadlines for tasks and create time tracking to monitor how long you spent on each task. The Gantt chart and calendar views allow you to visually see your timelines and dependencies. This helps ensure you meet deadlines and manage your workload effectively. Automation. Another great feature is automation. ClickUp allows you to set up automated workflows for recurring tasks. For instance, you can automate task assignments, status changes, and reminders. This helps reduce manual work and ensures tasks move smoothly from one stage to the next, without you having to intervene every time. Integrations. ClickUp integrates with many other popular tools such as Google Drive, Slack, Zoom, and Trello. If you're already using these tools, you can bring them all together in ClickUp to streamline your processes and keep everything in one place. Why choose ClickUp? There are many project management tools out there, so why would you choose ClickUp? Here is why. All-in-one solution. Unlike many project management tools, ClickUp combines task management, time tracking, team collaboration, file storage, and reporting into one unified platform. Scalability. Whether you're working solo, managing a small team, or handling large-scale projects, ClickUp grows with you. You can customize it to fit your needs, and its flexible structure works for individuals and teams of any size. Ease of use. Despite its wide range of features, ClickUp is designed with user-friendliness in mind. Its interface is intuitive and easy to navigate, making it accessible for beginners while still offering powerful tools for more advanced users. Free version. ClickUp offers a free version, which makes it accessible to anyone, regardless of budget. Even with the free version, you get many of the core features necessary to manage your tasks and projects effectively. Setting up your ClickUp account. We'll go through the process of creating your account, setting up your first workspace, and learning the basic features that will help you get started. Let's dive into setting up your account. Creating your ClickUp account. Before you start managing tasks and projects, you need to set up your ClickUp account. Don't worry, this process is simple and quick. Step 1. Go to ClickUp's website. For that, you can just write in here as ClickUp. The official website with clickup.com. Click on that. Once there, you will see a sign up button. Here you can see. Go ahead and click on it. Step 2. Sign up for a free account. You can sign up using your email address, or you can choose to sign up using your Google account for easier access. ClickUp offers a free plan that gives you access to most features, so you can get started without worrying about any costs. So you can just continue signing up using your Google account. You can click on that, confirm that. Once you sign up, it asks us what would you like to use ClickUp for. For example, we are using for personal use. Then it asks what would you like to manage. For example, you just want to manage professional services or software development or any of these. For now, you can just select operations, for example. And then it asks that how did you hear about us. You can select any of these, for example, search engine or friend or colleague or any of these. For now, you can just click on search engine. Now you can invite people to your workspace and you can just enter an email address for them. For example, you just write in here as okay, and then invite. Do you use any of these tools? And for example, we use Asana, MS Teams, Slack, Google Drive, and Zoom as well. So you can select any of these and click on next. Which features are you interested in trying? From here you can check as many as you like. For example, you can go with dashboards, tasks and projects, workload, boards and Kanban, Gantt charts, time tracking, CRM, and forms as well, calendar, and all of these. And you can just click on next. Lastly, what would you like to name your workspace? You can just write as this one, like we can just go with this one as well. You can just click on finish, or you can just rename that as well. But for now, you can just click on finish. You can watch the videos to learn that how it works, but you can just click on next or close this window, as we'll be learning throughout this course as well. So you can cross this. So here we are. This is the interface of ClickUp. Step 4. Personalize your workspace. After naming your workspace, you will be asked a few simple questions about how you plan to use ClickUp, as we have been asked. You can choose your preferences and ClickUp will customize your workspace layout based on your responses, as we have checked all of these as we selected dashboard, forms, timesheet, and all of these. So it just managed the layout according to that. And here you can see we have Gantt chart as well and tables as well. Step 5. Confirm your email. You will need to verify your email address. Check your inbox for a confirmation email from ClickUp and click on the verification link. You're all set up. Now let's walk through the workspace layout and how to get started using it. Understanding the workspace layout. When you first log into ClickUp, you will land on a dashboard. This is your central hub for everything. Let's break it down. Spaces. Here you can see you have all these spaces in here. The top level containers where you organize your work. Each space could represent different areas of your life or business, like work, personal, or school. You can have multiple spaces. For example, you could have a space for your personal tasks and a space for your team projects. Folders. Inside each space, you can create folders to group related projects. For example, under your school space, you could have folders like assignments and exams. But for now, we have this space, and under this, we have a file folder in here. And when you click on that, you can have all these files in here. Lists. Within each folder, you can create lists. Here you can see. For example, when you just click on this lists, this comes with this interface. A list is where you will actually manage individual tasks. Think of lists as categories or to-do lists within each project. For example, in your assignments folder, you might have lists like current semester and completed tasks. Tasks. Here you can see we have tasks in here. These are individual items within your lists. Tasks are the actions items that you will track and complete. You can assign due dates, priorities, and even attach files to tasks. Setting up your first tasks. Now that you have your ClickUp workspace set up, it's time to add your first tasks. Step 1. Create a task. In the list you just created, click on the here, add task in here. You will click on that. Give your task a name. For example, first task. Step 2. Add details to the task. You can set a due date for when you want the task completed. For example, you can just click in here and you can just click on, for example, 9th of July, and that's it. Assign the task to yourself or someone else. For that, you can click on that, assign, and me. You can just click on that. Step 3. Attach files or add comments. ClickUp allows you to attach files and leave comments on tasks. If you're working on a team, this is where you can share documents and collaborate in real time. For that, you can just click on tasks and scroll down, and here is the option called drop your files in here and attachments. You can just click on upload, and from there you can just have options like from your computer, new doc, Dropbox, OneDrive, Box, Google Drive, and new Google Doc as well. And you can use any of these. Close this one. Step 4. Create subtasks. Some tasks are too large to tackle all at once. You can break a task into subtasks by clicking in here and create a subtask when you just click on that. And you can just rename that as well. For example, it's the create your account. And you can use like all of these as well that we have used for this one as well. And you can just assign it to me and click on save. This helps you manage complex tasks with multiple steps. Step 5. Organize with priorities. Use priority labels. For example, when you just click on that, and you can just set the priority as urgent, high, normal, low, and clear. For example, you just want it on a high priority. For that, you can just click on urgent, and this should be the high one as well. So this is how you can label your tasks as well. You use priority labels to ensure you focus on the most important tasks first. This is crucial when managing multiple deadlines and projects. Customizing your ClickUp view. ClickUp's flexibility is one of its biggest strengths. You can change your workspace and task views to fit your style. List view. Here you can see this is a list view. This is the default view where you see your tasks in a simple list format. It's perfect for traditional to-do lists. Next we have board view. This view uses Kanban style boards, where you move tasks through columns like to do, in progress, and completed. Here you can see this is to do, this is in progress, and completed ones. Calendar view in here. This view helps you visualize your tasks on a calendar, so you can better manage deadlines and project timelines. To switch views, simply click on the view options in here. Here you can see when you just click on that, you can choose any of these and select the one that works best for you. Navigating the ClickUp dashboard. Now that you have set up your ClickUp account and workspace, it's time to get familiar with the ClickUp dashboard. This is where all the action happens, where you will access your tasks, track your projects, and monitor progress. Let's dive into ClickUp's dashboard and explore its features. Understanding the layout of ClickUp dashboard. When you first log into ClickUp, the dashboard is the first thing you will see. It is your central hub, where you manage tasks, view your project status, and stay updated on team activities. The layout is designed to be simple and intuitive, making it easy for you to access everything you need. Sidebar menu. The left-hand sidebar is your primary navigation tool. It contains the main sections you will use. Spaces. This is where your main work areas are located. Think of spaces as broad categories that could represent different areas of your life or business. For example, work, personal tasks, or school projects. Each space can have multiple folders and lists within it. Here you can see you have these spaces in here. The first one is the team space that you have created, and it has projects in here. Dashboard. You can always return to dashboard by clicking the dashboard options from the sidebar. Here you can see, you can just click on that, and you can use any of these. For now, you can just, for example, click on simple dashboard and team space, create dashboard. So here you can see you have all the summary of your projects in here. The dashboard provides a high-level overview of your tasks, progress, and active projects. Notifications. ClickUp will notify you of important updates or tasks that require your attention. The bell icon in the sidebar alerts you to new notifications, such as task assignments or comments. Quick access. Here, you can see recent tasks, projects, or templates you have used, allowing you to quickly jump into your most recent work. Here you can see you have quick access in here. Top menu bar. The top menu bar houses a few essential tools. Search bar. Use the search bar to quickly find tasks, projects, or documents across your entire workspace. Here you can see you have search bar in here. Profile and settings. Click on your profile picture or initials in here to access your account settings, preferences, and help sources. Here you can see you have help in here, keyboard shortcuts, notification settings when you just click on that. And you can manage as per your needs. And just go back by clicking on home. Workspace switcher. If you belong to multiple workspaces, you can easily switch between them using the drop down. When you just click on that here, and you can just switch between all of these. For example, you just want to go with this one, and here you are. For example, you're just working on this one, and as we were working on this one, as we created the first task and create your account. So this is how you can just switch between workspaces. Navigating key sections of the dashboard. Now let's break down the key sections within the dashboard that you will use most often. Tasks. This section shows you all the tasks across your spaces and lists. You can filter tasks based on their status. For example, to do, in progress, completed, or due date. Task views. ClickUp offers different views such as list view, board view, and calendar view, which allow you to organize tasks based on how you prefer to work. For example, you can just click on that and you can switch between all of these like calendar view, board view, form view, doc view, or Gantt chart view. For example, you just click on this board view or Kanban. So you will have an interface like this one. Filters. Use filters to sort tasks by priority, assignee, or due date, helping you stay on top of deadlines and important tasks. For that, you can just click on filters and, for example, search filter, and you just want to search for due date is, and select option as next 7 days. So you have one task that has due date in this week. Workload. The workload section gives you a visual representation of your tasks, helping you see how much work you have on your plate and whether you are overburdened. This is especially useful for team members to track workload and avoid task overload. For that, you can just click on first project and drop down a bit. This is called the workload by status, and you can see 1 is in progress and 6 are in to-do lists. Notifications. This area shows all your recent notifications, including updates on tasks, comments, new assignments, and mentions. Notifications help you stay informed without having to check each task individually. Recent activity. When you just go to this tab in here, Add Activity, you will see a feed of recent activities within your workspace. This is where you can keep track of the latest changes made by you or your team members, like task updates or new commits. Here you can see you just added a tag and you just set the priority to urgent and you just create a subtask, create your account. So this is how you can see all the activity. My tasks. This section shows all the tasks that are specifically assigned to you. It's your personal task board where you can check on tasks that need your attention. This view can be customized to show tasks based on their due dates, priority, or projects. For that, you can just click on filters and click on assignee, is, and me, for example. And here you can see this task is assigned to you and this is specifically has due date on Wednesday and priority is urgent. Customizing your dashboard. One of the great features of ClickUp is its customizability. You can set up your dashboard in a way that best fits your workflow. Here's how you can do that. For example, if you want to create a new dashboard in here, for that you can just click on dashboard. For example, you just want to go with simple dashboard in here and select both of them and click on create dashboard. Widgets. ClickUp allows you to add widgets to your dashboard. Widgets are small, customizable modules that display important information such as task progress, upcoming deadlines, recent activity, task status, time tracking reports. Personalizing views. You can customize how your tasks and projects appear by adjusting filters and sorting options. For example, you might want to always see your tasks sorted by due date, or only view tasks from specific projects. Saved filters. ClickUp lets you save your filter settings so you can easily apply them in the future. If you often search for tasks by due date, priority, or project, you can save these filters to quickly access them later. For example, you can just click on that and you can just, for example, due date and tomorrow or next 7 days, and that's it. For example, you can just click on filters, and for example you just want to go with created by me. So when you just click on that, and here you can see this is saved and you can just access it anytime you want to. Creating and managing tasks. Now it's time to dive into the heart of the tool, tasks. Tasks are the building blocks of your project, and understanding how to create, manage, and organize them effectively is key to staying on top of your work. Whether you are tracking personal assignments or collaborating on team projects, mastering task management in ClickUp will help you stay organized and productive. Let's jump right in and explore the world of tasks in ClickUp. Creating tasks in ClickUp. Creating tasks in ClickUp is a simple and straightforward process. Tasks are where you will track the actionable items for your project. Here's how to create a task. Step 1. Open the list or board view. Here you can see we have list and board view in here, but for now we are using list view. Tasks are organized into lists, which are located inside folders within your workspace. You can choose the view you prefer, list view, board view, or Gantt chart view, depending on how you like to work. For today, let's use list view, which is traditional list of tasks. Step 2. Click the Add Task button. Once you are in the list view, look for the Add Task button in here, typically found at the top of the task list. Clicking this will open a new task window where you can start entering your task details. For example, when you just click in here, and here you can see. Step 3. Name your task. Every task needs a clear and concise name. For example, if you're working on an assignment, you might name it as Complete Math Homework Chapter 3. Or you can just write in here as assignment for now, or something similarly descriptive. Step 4. Add task details. After naming your task, you can add more details, such as description. For example, you just click in here, add a new column, and you just go with summary or text box in here, and you can write in here as description, and you can just click on create. And you have a description column in here. When you just click on that, you can just write about this task. For example, you just write in here as physics assignment. Due date. Set a due date to ensure the task is completed on time. This helps you stay on top of deadlines. For example, you just click on that and you just have a due date as 10th of July or Friday 11th of July, and that's it. Priority. Assign a priority level, low, medium, high, to the task, so you know how urgent it is. For example, when you just click on that, and you can choose any of these: urgent, high, normal, or low. For example, you just click on this normal for now. Tags. Use tags to categorize tasks. For example, you might tag your tasks as school, personal, or work to quickly filter and search for similar tasks later. For example, you can just click on that. You can just click on these tags. You just write in here as school, work, and just enter, or comma to add a new tag as physics and assignment. So you have 3 tags for this task. Step 5. Assign tasks. You can assign tasks to yourself or other team members if you're working in a team. ClickUp makes it easy to assign tasks to others by simply typing their name in the Assign To field. For example, you can just click on that, and you can invite people via email, or you can just click on here if you're just assigning to yourself. So you can just click on that. So you have assigned this task to yourself. Managing tasks in ClickUp. Once we have created tasks, managing them is just as important. Here are some key ways to stay on top of your tasks. Setting dependencies. ClickUp allows you to set task dependencies, meaning one task must be completed before another can start. This is especially helpful when working on projects that involve multiple steps. For example, design logo needs to be completed before build website can begin. Task progress and status. ClickUp allows you to track the progress of your task by changing their status. Common statuses include to do, tasks that need to be done, in progress, tasks you are currently working on, completed, finished tasks. For example, when you just click on this board view, here you can see, here we have to do task in here. Once we start working on that, in progress column will appear in here, and once completed, that will be converted into the completed column. Subtasks. Large tasks can be broken down into subtasks. For example, if your task is write a research paper, this subtask could be research sources, outline paper, and write draft. This makes it easier to manage complex tasks step by step. For that, you can just go to list view, and when you just click on this, create a subtask. So you can just click on that. You can just write in here as write a draft of the assignment. And you can just have all the properties in here as well. For example, set priority, it should be high, and tags as draft, and you can just have due date as it should be written by tomorrow. You can assign it to yourself, and this is how you just have created a subtask of this assignment. And you can just click on this save. For description, you can just click in here and write as draft assignment. Task comments and attachments. Collaboration is key in ClickUp. You can leave comments on tasks to provide updates, ask questions, or share feedback. You can also attach files, for example documents or images, to tasks, ensuring all the necessary information is readily accessible. For example, when you just go to board view in here, or click on this space and just scroll down a bit, where you can upload documents, images, or files that are related to the task. Notifications. ClickUp will notify you whenever a task is updated or when someone assigns you a new task. This ensures you are always aware of any changes or deadlines. Organizing tasks for better project management. ClickUp gives you a variety of tools to keep your tasks organized. Task views. Depending on your project, you may prefer one view over another. List view. A simple traditional list of tasks. For example, when you just click on that, this is a list view. Board view. A Kanban style view where tasks move through columns like to do, in progress, and completed. For example, when you just click on that, or you can just switch the workspace as we have in here and click on this board view. So here you can see you have 6 tasks in here and one is in progress and none of them has completed yet. Gantt chart view. A visual timeline for managing dependencies and deadlines. For example, when you just click on that. So this is basically our Gantt chart project. Folders and lists. Organize tasks within folders and lists. For example, a workspace might have a folder called marketing with lists like content creation, SEO, and social media. For example, this is space name as first project and these are the folders, and when you just click on that files, we have a list in here, and when you just click on that you have a task in here as first task. When you click on that you have a subtask as create your account. So this is how you can just manage tasks in here. Custom fields. If you have unique needs for your tasks, you can create custom fields. For example, if you are managing projects that require tracking client names, you can add a custom field for that. Organizing projects with lists, folders, and spaces. Now that you understand the basics of task creation and management in ClickUp, it's time to learn how to organize those tasks within the broader structure of your projects. Let's learn how you can use spaces, folders, and lists to keep your projects organized. Understanding the organizational hierarchy in ClickUp. Before we dive into creating and managing these structures, Let's take a moment to understand the overall hierarchical structure of ClickUp. The way you organize your tasks can make a huge difference in your workflow efficiency. Spaces are the highest level in ClickUp. A space is essentially a workspace that can represent a large area of focus, such as different teams, departments, or projects. For example, if you're working for a company, you might have different spaces for each department: marketing, sales, HR, etc. If you're working solo, you might have spaces like personal projects and work projects. So here you can see we have spaces named as first project. To create a new space, you can just click on that and just name it as, for example, ClickUp course, and click on continue. And you have 4 different options as starter, marketing teams, project management, and product plus engineering. So you can use any of these. For now, you can just click on project management, and you can have the default views as well. For example, default view as list view and task statuses or click apps. So for now, we can just click on that, and this will be the interface, and we have all these active and done as well and closed as well. So you can use, for example, Kanban or content or any of these, and click on apply changes and click on create space. So you have created a space called ClickUp course. Folders sit inside each space and serve as a way to group related tasks together. Folders can represent specific projects, phases of a project, or even task categories. For example, within your work project space, you could have folders like website redesign or client outreach. To create a folder, you can just click on that, and we have all these spaces in here, and you can just click on this plus icon to create a folder, and you have all these options available, like you can create a list as well. To create a folder, you can just click on that, name it, for example, lectures, and you can just click on create. So here you can see this folder appears in here under this space, ClickUp course. Lists are contained within folders and represent individual task categories or to-do lists. Within each folder, you can create multiple lists that contain specific tasks. For example, under the website redesign folder, you might have lists like design mockups, content creation, and testing. And for now, here you can see we have lists in here, and you can just click on plus icon and click on lists, and you can just name it as, for example, lesson plan, and click on create. So you have created a list called lesson plan. Moving and organizing tasks. You can easily move tasks between different lists, folders, and spaces. This feature allows you to keep tasks organized and update their status as they progress through your project. For example, if you just create a task in here, click on this icon in here, add task, just name it, for example, first lecture, and assign it to yourself. Due date is today, and priority is urgent, and you can just have another custom field as well. For example, you just write as text for description, and you can just write it as this is the first lecture course. Okay, and you can create a subtask as well. You can just click on that, and you can just write it down as assignments or homework, and you can just click on save, assign it to yourself. Due date is today, and this is urgent as well, and this will be the assignment to students. Dragging and dropping tasks is a great way to reorganize your tasks as your project evolves. Filtering and sorting tasks in lists. One of the best features in ClickUp is the ability to filter and sort your tasks, which helps you stay organized, especially when dealing with multiple projects. Filters. Filters allow you to display only the tasks that meet specific area. For example, you can filter tasks by due date, priority, assignee, or status. This is useful if you want to focus on high priority tasks or tasks assigned to a specific team member. You can apply filters across a space, folder, or list. For example, you have another task in here as second lecture, and you just assign it to someone else. Due date is tomorrow, priority is high, and this will be the second lecture of the course. Okay, and you can just create another subtask in here as assignment or homework, and you can just assign it to someone else, and due date is this weekend, priority is normal, and this will be the assignment to students. For example, if you want to apply a filter again, you can just click on that and click on due date, or you can click on assignee as well. Click assignee and me mode. So here you can see these tasks are assigned to yourself, and you have all these lists in here. And click on save and close this filter. So you have all the tasks in here. Sorting. Once tasks are filtered, you can also sort them based on different factors like due date, priority, or task name. Sorting tasks helps you maintain a clear overview of what needs to be done next based on your preferred view. Custom fields. Another helpful feature is custom fields, which allows you to add additional data to tasks. For example, you might want to track the budget, client name, or progress percentage for each task. These custom fields can be used in both the filters and sorting options. So when you just click on this plus icon in here, you can click on that and you have all these options available. And for example, you can just select any of these, but for now you can just click on checkbox and just name it as yes or no and click on create. So you can just check on that if it is done and uncheck that if it's not done yet. Collaboration and teamwork in ClickUp. Now that you have learned how to organize your tasks and projects, it's time to learn one of ClickUp's most powerful features, collaboration. Whether you're working on a group project for class, managing a team at work, or collaborating with clients, ClickUp makes it easy to communicate, share tasks, and stay aligned on goals. In today's lecture, we'll focus on how to collaborate effectively using ClickUp's tools. We'll cover how to assign tasks, comment on work, share documents, and communicate in real time with your teammates, all within ClickUp. These tools are designed to streamline teamwork and keep everyone on the same page. Objectives of the lecture. By the end of this lecture, you will be able to assign tasks to teammates and manage who is responsible for what. Use comments and mentions to communicate effectively within tasks. Share documents and files with your team. Use real-time collaboration features to stay connected with teammates even when working remotely. Let's learn how ClickUp can enhance teamwork and make collaboration seamless. Assigning tasks to team members. One of the first things you will do when collaborating in ClickUp is assign tasks. Whether you're managing a project or contributing to a larger initiative, assigning tasks ensure that everyone knows what they are responsible for. How to assign tasks. When you create a task in ClickUp, you can assign it to one or more team members. To do this, you can just create a new task in here, add task, and for example, name it as third lecture, for example. And click on save. Here you can either type in the name of the person you want to assign the task to, or click on the assign button to choose team members from your workspace. So for example, you just want to assign the task to this person, you can just click on that and this task is assigned to that specific person. Task ownership. When a task is assigned to someone, that person becomes responsible for completing it. ClickUp makes it easy to track who is doing what, so no task is overlooked. You can also add due dates, priorities, and tags to tasks to ensure clarity around expectations and deadlines. For example, you can just add due date in here, and for example, the due date is next weekend or this weekend. You can just click on 11, and priority is normal, or you can just change it to high. and description is this is the third lecture course, and you can add tags as well. For example, you can just tag as third lecture and ClickUp course. So you have added tags as well. Assigning subtasks. Sometimes a task is too large to tackle in one go. In these cases, you can break the task into subtasks and assign those to different team members. This is perfect for managing complex projects that have multiple components. For example, if the main task is launch marketing campaign, subtasks might include design graphics, write blog posts, and create social media posts, each assigned to different individuals. For example, in this case, you can just click on that to create a subtask. For example, you just rename it as group assignment, and you just assign it to yourself, and due date is Monday next week, and priority is low, and click on save. Using comments and mentions for communication. Communication is key in any team project, and ClickUp offers a great way to stay in touch with your team directly within tasks. Commenting on tasks. Each task in ClickUp has a dedicated comment section where team members can share updates, provide feedback, or ask questions. This keeps all the communication related to a specific task within the task itself, making it easy to track conversations. To comment on a task, you can just click on any task. For example, you are working on this one, and you have this section, and you can make a comment. For example, let me know about all the updates on this task, and press enter. So you have made a comment that is shown to everyone in the team. Mentions. Sometimes you need to call someone's attention to a specific task or issue. ClickUp's mention features allow you to tag a team member in a comment, which will notify them directly. For example, if you want to ask a colleague for feedback on a design, you can comment in here as, for example, you can press @ and name of the team member, and you can just write in here as please update on your task, and press enter. So you have mentioned the specific person that is in your team, and you want that specific person to respond as soon as possible. This ensures that the right person sees your message and can respond quickly. Real-time updates. As soon as someone adds a comment or mentions you, ClickUp sends you a real-time notification. This keeps everyone updated and ensures you never miss important information. If you're working remotely or managing a distributed team, this feature is particularly helpful to stay aligned without needing to send constant emails. Sharing documents and files. ClickUp also makes it easy to share documents and files with your team, reducing the need to use multiple tools for file sharing. Attaching files to tasks. You can upload documents directly to a task by clicking the attachment icon in the task window. Here you can see, you can just click on this icon and attach a file from your PC, Dropbox, OneDrive, Box, Google Drive, and from new Google Doc as well. This could be anything from Word documents, PDFs, spreadsheets, and images. Attaching files ensures that everything related to the task is in one place. Integration with cloud services. ClickUp integrates with cloud storage services like Google Drive and Dropbox. For example, when you just click on that, so you have access to Google Drive and Dropbox and OneDrive as well. So you can easily attach files from your cloud storage without needing to download or upload them manually. Simply click on the Google Drive icon in the task and choose the file you want to attach. Task and document sharing. You can also share tasks or documents with external parties, such as clients or contractors, by sending them a shareable link. This link provides limited access, so you can control who sees what. For that, you can just click on share, and you can just invite them as well, and you can just have a share link with anyone as well. You can just click on that, turn it on, and anyone with the link will have access to this task. You just copy public link in here, and you can just share it with anyone at any platform. Real-time collaboration and notifications. Collaboration in ClickUp is not just about assigning tasks and leaving comments. It's also about staying in sync with your team in real time. Notifications. ClickUp sends notifications whenever there is an update related to your tasks, such as new comments, changes in task status, or when someone mentions you. For that, you can just click on this bell icon and you will have all the notifications in this place. These notifications are a great way to stay informed without constantly checking your tasks. Mentions and task updates. Whenever you are mentioned in a task or task assigned to you is updated, ClickUp will send you a notification. This helps keep communication efficient and ensures that you are always in the loop. Mobile app. For teams working remotely, ClickUp's mobile app ensures that you can stay connected and receive updates on the go. The app allows you to comment, assign tasks, and keep track of progress from anywhere. Time tracking and deadlines in ClickUp. If you have been using ClickUp to manage your tasks and projects, you might have noticed that deadlines and time management are critical components of effective project execution. Let's get started with managing time and deadlines in ClickUp. Time tracking in ClickUp. Effective time management starts with understanding where your time is going. ClickUp's time tracking feature allows you to monitor the time you or your team members spend on each task. This helps improve productivity, provides insight into project timelines, and ensures tasks are completed on schedule. Enabling time tracking. To start tracking time on a task, simply click on the task you are working on. For example, you are working on this task, you can click on that. To begin tracking, click on Add Time in here, and you can click on this icon to start timer. For example, you can click on that, and the timer begins. You can pause and resume the timer at any point, making it perfect for those tasks that need to be worked on in chunks. Manual time entries. If you forget to start the timer or work on the task offline, you can manually log the time spent. For example, you can just click on it, pause this time, and you can just enter a time in this format as 3 or 20 minutes. For example, you just write in here as 5 hours and 45 minutes and press enter. So it means that you have worked for 5 hours and 47 minutes on this project. This is especially helpful for ensuring accuracy when tracking time spent on tasks outside ClickUp. Time estimates. Time estimates are useful for planning tasks. When creating or editing a task, you can set a time estimate by entering the expected time it will take to complete the task. For example, you can just click in here, time estimate, and you can just click in here, empty box, and you can just write in the format of as we have written in here. For example, 4 days, and press enter. This means that this project will be completed in 32 hours or 4 days, as we have 8 hours in a working day. This estimate helps you gauge how much time is required to finish a task and ensures that the deadlines you set are realistic. Viewing time spent. Once time is tracked, ClickUp keeps a record of how much time has been spent on each task. You can see the total time spent under the time tracking section. If you're tracking time across multiple tasks, this can help you monitor your efficiency and adjust your workload as needed. Setting deadlines in ClickUp. Deadlines are one of the most important aspects of project management. They provide a clear goal for when tasks should be completed and ensure that the overall project stays on track. ClickUp makes it simple to set deadlines for tasks and ensure they are met. Setting task deadlines. When you create or edit a task, you will see an option to add a due date. For example, you just go back and create a new task in here and name it as 4th lecture and press enter. And here is the option to add a due date. You can click on that and you can add as per your requirement. For example, you just write in here as on Friday or next Tuesday, for example. So July 15 will be the due date for this specific task, and you can assign it to yourself, set priority to normal or low. So in this step, you have added a due date for this specific task. You can also set the task to repeat if it's something that occurs regularly. Using due dates and times. ClickUp allows you to set both due dates and specific times. For instance, if a task is due by the end of the day, you can set a due time like 5 p.m. to specify the exact moment the task is expected to be completed. For that, you can just click in here and you can add time in here. You can just click on that. And for example, you can just click in here. So this is the time and this is the date of specific task to be completed. So you can just click in here. So here you can see you have a time as well and the date of this task to be completed. Task reminders. To make sure you or your team members don't miss a deadline, you can set reminders for tasks. These can be configured to remind you a few minutes, hours, or even days before the due date. Reminders are a helpful way to stay on top of important tasks and ensure they are completed on time. And to add a time, you can just click in here and add a time as 10 a.m. So you can have a reminder at the start of the day. So 10 a.m. and that's it. You have set a reminder. Here you can see reminder created. You can just click on view to see that. So this interface opens and you can just scroll down, and here you can see we have a reminder as next. When you just click on that, and you have fourth lecture, and here you can see we have set a reminder on Monday and 10 a.m. for this specific task as fourth lecture. Viewing deadlines on the calendar. You can view all of your tasks with upcoming deadlines in the calendar view. For example, you can just click in here, and here you can see you have deadlines as this one, on Wednesday and on Friday as well. This view gives you a visual representation of all tasks due on specific days. The calendar allows you to plan out your workload and ensure you are not overburdened with tasks on any given day. Time reports and productivity insights. ClickUp provides detailed time reports that give you insights into how much time you have spent on tasks and projects. These reports can help you identify areas where you are spending too much or too little time, ultimately improving your productivity. Accessing time reports. To access time reports, go to the report section in the ClickUp menu, or you can just click in here as time sheets and click on all time sheets. So here you can see you have spent 5 hours and 47 minutes and total capacity is 8 hours. So remaining capacity is 2 hours and 12 minutes. Here you can view detailed reports on the time spent across different tasks, projects, or teams. You can filter these reports by date, assignee, and task status to get more granular insights into your time tracking. Analyzing time spent on tasks. Reviewing time reports helps you see if you are meeting your time estimates or if certain tasks are taking too longer than expected. This insight allows you to adjust your future task planning, making it easier to set more realistic deadlines or reassign tasks if necessary. Improving team productivity. For team leaders, time reports are essential for understanding how much time each team member is spending on their tasks. You can identify if any team members are overwhelmed or if others are underutilized, which can help you redistribute workloads to ensure balanced productivity across the team. The ClickUp calendar and Gantt chart. Now it's time to learn two incredibly powerful tools within ClickUp, the calendar and Gantt chart. These tools will help you visualize your tasks, track deadlines, and plan projects more effectively. Let's get started with these two essential project management tools in ClickUp. Navigating the ClickUp calendar. The calendar view in ClickUp is a fantastic tool for visualizing deadlines and scheduling tasks. It offers a simple, clear way to see what's coming up, track task deadlines, and keep everything organized at a glance. Accessing the calendar. To access the calendar view, you can just go to this project that you are working on and you can just click on this calendar view. This will switch your view from a traditional list format to a calendar layout. You will see all the tasks with the due dates displayed in a calendar format, much like Google Calendar. Viewing tasks and deadlines. In the calendar view, tasks with the due dates are shown as individual blocks or events in the calendar. Each block will show the task's name, and when you just click on it, for example, you just want to click on this one, you will see additional task details like assigned team members, priority, and status. And here, you can make any necessary edits. Adding tasks in the calendar. You can create new tasks directly in the calendar by clicking on a specific day, or you can just click on this plus icon in here. For example, you just want to create a task in here. Click on it. Name it as, for example, chemistry quiz. And set a due date as, for example, Friday. And estimate time will be, for example, 12 hours. It will be starting from today, so you can just click on this, add time, and for example 11 a.m. and you can just set priority as well. For that, you can click on that and it should be urgent. Click on save. So you have created a task that will be starting from 11 a.m. today and will be ending at Friday till 11 a.m. You can assign it to someone and add other task data as well. For that, you can just click on this, and for that you can just add tags or assign to someone. You can just click on here, assign to yourself. Tags will be chemistry and quiz, and just close this window in here. So you have created a task in here. This is a great way to quickly add tasks on the fly without having to switch between different views. Customizing the calendar view. ClickUp allows you to customize the calendar by applying filters to show specific tasks. For example, you can filter tasks by priority, assignee, or project type. This helps you focus on only the tasks that matter most on a given day. For example, you can just click in here to filter and tags as, for example, quiz. So you will see only the tasks, and here we are only seeing that quiz task. Drag and drop functionality. One of the best features of the calendar view is the drag and drop functionality. If you need to change a task's due date, you can simply drag the task block to a new date on the calendar. This makes rescheduling tasks quick and easy, without having to open and edit each task individually. For example, if you want this specific task to be rescheduled tomorrow, then you can just drag it in here and place it in here. So here you can see you have just rescheduled the task by just drag and drop. Understanding the Gantt chart. The Gantt chart is a powerful tool for project planning and visualizing timelines. It allows you to see how tasks and projects overlap and gives you a clear visual representation of deadlines, dependencies, and project progress. Accessing the Gantt chart. To access the Gantt chart view, you can just click in here as you have in this tab. This will switch your view to a horizontal timeline layout. What is a Gantt chart? A Gantt chart is essentially a bar chart that displays tasks as bars along a timeline. The horizontal axis shows dates, while the vertical axis lists the tasks. The length of each bar represents the duration of the task, and the position of the bar reflects the start and end dates. To see the tasks, you can just click in here, click on the folder, and click on list as well. So here you can see you have all the tasks listed in here. First lecture, second lecture, third lecture, and the fourth lecture in here. Creating tasks in Gantt chart. Similar to the calendar view, you can create tasks in the Gantt chart by clicking on a point along the timeline. For example, if you want to create a task in here, or you can just click in here, add task. You can just name it as, for example, chapter review. And you can just assign it to yourself. Due date is on Thursday, for example, or you can change to next week. Add time as 12 p.m. Start date today, and that's it. Priority should be normal. Tags as chemistry and review. Then you can just click on create task, and the task will be created. Here you can see, and when you just move along, so here you can see when you just scroll it a bit on the right, and here you can see you have a task in here as chapter review. When you click on that, you can see all the details in here. Dependencies. One of the most useful features of the Gantt chart is the ability to set task dependencies. A dependency means that one task cannot start until another task is completed. For example, design logo must be completed before build website can begin. You can set these dependencies by clicking on a taskbar and dragging a line from it to the next task. For example, you can just click in here and drag it a bit. This visual representation helps you manage the flow of tasks in your project and avoid bottlenecks. Critical path. The Gantt chart also highlights the critical path, which is the longest sequence of dependent tasks that must be completed on time to ensure the project is finished on schedule. Identifying the critical path helps you focus on tasks that are crucial to the project's success and minimize delays. Task progress and updates. As you progress through tasks, you can update their status directly in the Gantt chart. This will automatically adjust the task position on the chart and show how it impacts the project timeline. You can also see the percentage of completion for each task, making it easy to track your overall progress. Generating reports in ClickUp. As we move forward in our journey with ClickUp, one of the most powerful features you will encounter is its reporting tools. Whether you're tracking individual tasks, team progress, or the overall success of a project, reports allow you to gain valuable insights into your workflow. Let's get started by learning how ClickUp's reporting tools can enhance your project management efforts. Understanding reports in ClickUp. ClickUp offers a wide variety of reporting features designed to help you assess task progress, time usage, and overall project health. Reports are a key feature for analyzing your workflow, identifying areas for improvement, and making data-driven decisions. Accessing reports. To begin generating reports in ClickUp, you will need to go to the Reports section. For that, you can click on Dashboards in here. And here you have options like Simple Dashboard, Team Reporting, and Time Tracking as well. Once there, you can choose from several types of reports, depending on what you want to analyze. Types of reports in ClickUp. Here are some of the most common types of reports you can generate in ClickUp. Task reports. These reports give you an overview of the tasks within a project. You can filter them by assignee, due dates, priority levels, and task statuses. For example, completed, in progress. For that, you can click in here as Simple Dashboard, or we have already created one, so you can use this one as well. So here you can see you have overall view of all these tasks that you are working on. Here is the activity, and here is the overall progress. Time tracking reports. These reports show you how much time has been logged against each task or project. This can help you understand whether your team is staying on schedule or if any tasks are taking longer than expected. For that, you can just click in here, Time Tracking, select, for example, this course or all of these, and this month, and days as well. So you can just click in here as Click Dashboard. So this is generating report. So here you can see track time is 5 hours, 47 minutes and 10 seconds, and the estimated time is 32 hours or 4 days, you can say, if we have 8 hours per day as a working time. Progress reports. These reports give you a high-level view of the project's progress. You can track the percentage of tasks completed, which tasks are overdue, and how the project is moving towards its final deadline. For example, you can just click in here, Team Reporting, select for all the projects or any of two. So you can click on Create Dashboard. So here you can see tasks outstanding are 17, number of tasks completed so far this week 0. But for example, you can just click in here and open this one, first lecture, and mark is as completed. So it has a one subtask as well, so you can click in here and mark this as complete as well. So you can just go back to dashboard, click in here as dashboard 3. So here you can see we have one task completed in here as we just marked that task as completed. And you can just scroll down a bit, and here you can see this person has 3 tasks and this person has 8 and unassigned are 6. So you can see all the progress in here. Workload reports. This report shows how tasks are distributed among team members. It helps you assess whether any team members are overloaded with work or if some have bandwidth to take on more tasks. Customizing and filtering reports. One of the key benefits of ClickUp reports is the ability to customize them to suit your specific needs. Here's how you can tailor reports for more meaningful insights. Using filters. Filters allow you to narrow down the data that appears in your reports. For example, if you only want to see tasks assigned to a specific person or tasks that are overdue, you can apply a filter like Assignee. View tasks assigned to a specific team member. Due date. Filter tasks that are due within a specific time frame. For example, today, this week, next month. Priority. Focus on high priority tasks that need attention. Task status. Filter tasks based on their status. For example, completed, in progress, not started. For that, you can just click in here, click on filters, And search filter could be anything, for example assignee, achieved, priority, due date, and for example next 7 days. So here you can see 7 tasks have due date in the next 7 days. Saving custom views. Once you have applied your filters and created a custom report, you can save the report view for future use. This is helpful if you regularly generate reports with the same filters, as you can quickly access them without needing to reapply the settings each time. Date range and time tracking filters. You can further customize your reports by adjusting the date range. For example, if you're working on a long-term project, you can generate reports that show progress over the last week, month, or custom date range. Time tracking reports can also be filtered by specific dates or assigned user to track how time is being spent across the project. For that, you can just go to dashboards and click on time tracking, select this one. Here you can choose the time range, for example this month, this year, this week, or any range, for example this one. And you can select the start date, for example today, and the due date as 31st of July. So you can click on that and click on create dashboard. So we don't have any task that is in between this range, but you can apply this filter as is. Interpreting report data. Generating a report is only half the battle. Understanding what the data means is equally important. Here is how to interpret the various data points that appear in ClickUp reports. Task completion percentage. In a progress report, you will see the percentage of tasks completed. This gives you a quick snapshot of how much work has been done versus how much remains. If a project is significantly behind schedule, this percentage will help you identify if certain tasks are taking longer than expected. Time spent versus time estimated. In time tracking reports, you can compare the actual time spent on tasks versus the time that was estimated. For example, you can just add card in here and write in here as time. So you have time reporting and time estimated, time tracked, and all of these. For example, you can just click in here, add card. So here you can see time tracked was 5 hours, 47 minutes and 10 seconds, and estimated time was 32 hours. Workload distribution. The workload report shows the distribution of tasks across team members. If you notice, one team member is overloaded with tasks, while others have fewer assignments. You can use this information to redistribute the workload more evenly. To see workload distribution, you can just click in here, add card, and workload by status, add percentage, and select, for example, ClickUp course, and click in here, add card. So here you can see all the tasks are in open status. Overdue tasks. A useful feature of task reports is the ability to see overdue tasks. These are tasks that were not completed by their due date. If you notice an overwhelming number of overdue tasks, this can indicate bottlenecks or areas where additional support is needed. To see that, you can just click in here, filter, and due date yesterday. So you have one task that had due date on yesterday and it was not completed. So this is how you can use filters to see overdue tasks. Customizing views and fields. As we continue to learn ClickUp's robust features, one of the most powerful aspects of the platform is its ability to be customized to fit your unique workflow. Let's get started by learning how to make ClickUp work for you, not the other way around. Customizing views in ClickUp. ClickUp offers a variety of views to help you manage tasks and projects in the way that works best for you. Whether you prefer a traditional list, a Kanban-style board, or a visual timeline, ClickUp allows you to switch between different views and customize them for your needs. What is a view in ClickUp? A view is a way to display your tasks and projects in ClickUp. You can switch between views based on the type of task management you prefer. Some common views include List View. This is the most straightforward view, showing tasks in a list format. It's useful for getting a detailed view of tasks with information like assignee, due dates, and priority. For example, here you can see this is the list view basically, and you have task name, assignee, due date, priority, and all these lists available in here. Board view, Kanban. This view allows you to move tasks through columns such as to do, in progress, and completed, making it perfect for teams following the Kanban method of workflow. For example, you can just click on that So here you can see you have ready, writing, approval, rejected, published, and closed as well. Calendar view. This view is perfect for visualizing due dates and deadlines. Tasks are displayed on a calendar, making it easy to track upcoming deadlines and organize tasks around specific time frames. For example, when you just click on that and close this filter. Gantt chart view. The Gantt chart is a timeline view, ideal for project planning and managing dependencies between tasks. It allows you to see your project's schedule at a glance. Table view. This view lets you see your tasks in a spreadsheet format. It's useful for those who like to analyze their tasks in detail and track specific metrics. For example, when you just click on that view icon, and from here you can click on table and close this window. Customizing views. Once you have selected a view, ClickUp allows you to customize it further. For example, in list view, you can choose which column you want to display. For example, priority, assignee, due date. Here you can see. You can just click on that customize. And when you just click on these fields, then you can choose whatever you want to show. For example, you don't want priority, but want to see the status, comments, and date closed as well. So close this window. So here you can see you have all these available in here, like date closed, comments, status, and due date as well. In board view, for example, you are working on board view, and you can customize that by clicking in here. You can rename columns, adjust card sizes, or even change the color of task cards to represent different priorities or project phases. For example, you can just click on that. And for example, if you want to change the size of a card, you can just click on that and click on small and card cover as none. And for color columns, when you just uncheck that, and here you can see the colors have been removed. And when you turn this on by clicking in here you can see every phase has a different color, so you can just distinguish between everything. You can add filters to your views to show only certain tasks, such as tasks assigned to a specific person or tasks due by a certain date. Filters help you narrow down the data, making it easier to focus on the most relevant tasks. For example, when you just filter this one and click on this as tags, for example, quiz. So when you just change the status as ready, so go back in board view. So here you can see there's one task that is in the ready phase. Saved views. If you often use the same setup for a specific project or task group, you can save your view. This allows you to quickly access it in the future without needing to reapply your settings. Customizing fields in ClickUp. In addition to customizing views, ClickUp allows you to create and edit custom fields. Custom fields are additional pieces of information that you can track within a task, beyond the basic title, due date, and assignee. What are custom fields? A custom field is a field that you can add to tasks to capture specific information relevant to your workflow. For example, if you're managing a marketing project, you might want to track the budget, client name, and campaign type for each task. Custom fields help you capture this additional data and keep everything organized in one place. For that, you can just click in here, for example, list view. And here is the option called add column. When you just click on that, then there are multiple options to add a custom field. Like you can add a rating, location, progress, manual, translation as well, people, relationship, files, date, text, drop down. So you can use any of these like roll up, button, and t-shirt size as well. So for example, if you want to add a number, so you can just click on that. So you can just write in here as contact information and press enter. So you can just click in here to edit it and write the number, for example 1255621. So this could be the number. Types of custom fields. There are various types of custom fields you can create depending on the data you need to track. For example, when you just click on that, these are the custom fields. Text field for simple text entries such as a description or comments. Text field in here. Number field for tracking numerical data such as budget or quantities. Number field in here. Drop down field. For example, task status or priority level. Drop down field in here. Date field. To track important dates that are not covered by the task's due date. Date field in here. Checkbox field. For tracking simple yes or no items or marking off completed steps. Checkbox field in here. Time tracking field. To track how much time has been spent on a task. For example, you can just write in here as time, and you can just turn this on, and here you can see you have time tracked in here. Using custom fields in reports. Once you have added custom fields to your tasks, you can use them in reports to analyze data more effectively. For example, you can filter tasks by priority, assignee, or custom categories you have created, allowing for detailed analysis and better project tracking. Organizing tasks with custom views and fields. Now that you know how to create custom views and fields, let's talk about how to use them to keep tasks and projects organized. Task organization. Use custom views to organize your tasks by project phase, assignee, or priority level. You can set up a board view with columns for each project phase, for example, research, design, implementation, or a list view that sorts tasks by priority or due date. Tracking progress. With custom fields, you can track project-specific metrics such as task completion percentage, budget usage, or client approval. For example, for a client project, you could add custom fields for client feedback and budget spent, making it easy to keep track of both the task's progress and the project's financials. Automating workflows. Once you have your custom views and fields set up, you can automate workflows to make your tasks even more efficient. For example, when a task moves to completed column in board view, you can set up an automation to mark the task status as approved and notify the client. Automation and task templates. What if there was a way to save even more time by eliminating repetitive actions and streamlining workflows? That's exactly what automation and task templates are designed to do. Let's dive into how automation and task templates can make your project management life easier. What is automation in ClickUp? Automation in ClickUp is a feature that allows you to automate repetitive task actions, reducing the need for manual intervention. Whether it's updating a task status, assigning a new task, or sending notifications, automations can handle these processes for you. How does automation work? Automation in ClickUp operates based on triggers and actions. A trigger is an event that happens. For example, a task is marked as in progress, and an action is what ClickUp will do when that trigger occurs. For example, automatically assigning the task to a team member. Types of automations. ClickUp offers a variety of automation templates, but you can also create your own custom automations. Some common automations include task status updates. Automatically change the status of a task when a specific condition is met. For example, moving a task from to do to in progress once the assignee starts working on it. Task assignments. Automatically assign tasks to the right person based on certain conditions. For example, when a task is created in a specific folder, ClickUp can automatically assign it to a team member. Due date reminders. Set reminders for tasks as their due date approach. This helps ensure nothing is forgotten as deadlines loom. Commit notifications. Automatically send notifications when a comment is added to a task you are following, ensuring you stay in the loop. Setting up automation. To create an automation in ClickUp, go to the automation section in the workspace settings, and here you can find it. You can just click on that. Click on create automation. Here will be the trigger, and here will be the action. So for example, you can just click on that, and the action will be like you can just click on that, and for example, you can choose track time and select a time, for example 5 hours and 30 minutes, and select a user, for example this person, and you can just click on plus and add a comment as well. For that, you can just add a comment. New task has been added in the list, and that's it. So when task or subtask created, then track time will be started and a comment will be added. So you can just click on create, So here you can see there is one active automation in here. Customize it further based on your needs, like setting conditions. For example, only when a task's priority is high. Automating these actions saves you time and ensures tasks flow smoothly without needing manual updates. Task templates in ClickUp. Task templates in ClickUp are a great way to standardize tasks and workflows, especially if you work on a project with similar structures or recurring tasks. Task templates allow you to create a set task structure that can be reused across multiple tasks or projects. What are task templates? A task template is a pre-built task structure that includes all the necessary fields, due dates, assignees, subtasks, and even custom fields that you frequently use for specific types of work. For example, if you are managing a content marketing project, you might have a task template that includes subtasks like write blog post, edit blog post, publish blog post, promote blog on social media. How to create a task template? To create a task template, follow these steps. Create a task that represents the structure you want to reuse. Add all necessary subtasks, due dates, assignees, and custom fields. For example, you just want to follow this one, like chapter review. You have everything in here like assignee, priority, due dates as well. So you can just cross this and click on these three dots. When you just click on that, there's the option called templates. When you just click on that, here's the option called save as template. So when you just click on that, just name it as, for example, review template. And you can add tags as well. For example, review subject. Share with all members, and this is not for public sharing. And when you just click on this to save the template. So template created. Your task template review template has been created. You can now reuse this template anytime you need to create a new task with the same structure. Using task templates. To use a template, simply create a new task. For example, you can just click in here and name it as physics subject review. And here you can see there is an option called pinned templates. When you just click on that, there is an option called browse templates. Click on that, and here you can see there is a saved template in here that you can use as review template that we just created. So when you just click on that, your task physics subject review has been created, and you can just open it or use template. So you can just click on it and use template. So here you can see this specific task has all the fields that this review template had. For example, assignee, due date, priority, time tracked, and contact information. And we don't need to add anything manually, although we can add by just clicking the plus icon if we need it in the future. The new task will automatically populate with all the fields, subtasks, and assignees from the template. This is ideal for ensuring that no steps are missed and all tasks are consistent. Task template library. ClickUp allows you to store all your task templates in a template library. This makes it easy to access and apply them whenever you need to create a new task. If you frequently manage projects with similar tasks, this library can save you a lot of time by automating the task creation process. For that, you can just click in here, add task, and you can just rename it as quiz review. And when you just click on that, pin templates, browse templates, and here you can see there are some templates by ClickUp which are for marketing and others as well. Operations, project management, and personal use as well. So you can use any of these, but there is the one that we recently created. So you can use any of these as per your requirement. For example, for now you can use home renovation project management, and you can just click on that. Just wait a bit, and you can just see how it looks. And you can just click on this to use template and use template. So here you can see when you just click on that, these are the custom fields and subtasks as well. So area, contact information, description, labor cost, material cost, remarks, stage, and yes or no. So this is a template that was built in ClickUp. Automating workflows with task templates. The real magic happens when you combine automation with task templates. By using both, you can create workflows that automatically trigger tasks, apply templates, and assign them to the right person. Example workflow. Let's say you are working on a client project. You can set up an automation that triggers the creation of a task template when a project is moved to the new client folder. The template will automatically include all the necessary subtasks. For example, research, client meetings, content creation. The task will be assigned to the appropriate team members based on the template. Benefit. Combining task templates with automation ensures that every time a task is triggered, it is set up correctly, assigned to the right person, and moves forward without needing manual input. Advanced features and integrations. Now, it's time to dive deeper into some of the advanced features and integrations that make ClickUp an even more powerful tool. These features allow you to streamline workflows, improve collaboration, and integrate ClickUp with other tools you are already using. Let's explore these advanced tools and how they can take your project management to the next level. Advanced features in ClickUp. ClickUp is packed with advanced features that allow you to tailor your workspace to fit your unique needs. These features include custom workflows, goal tracking, and task permissions, among others. Custom workflows. Custom workflows allow you to define the process your task will go through from start to finish. For example, if you're managing a project with multiple stages, you can set up a custom workflow with stages like to do, in progress, and completed. You can create additional stages as necessary and assign tasks to specific team members at each stage. Custom workflows give you full control over how tasks progress and ensure that nothing is skipped. To create a custom workflow, you can navigate to your space or folder settings. For example, you can just go to lectures folder in here and click on these three dots. Click in here, folder settings. Next, you can just click on task statuses. Here you have open, concept, in progress, running, review, and closed. Next we have normal as open, in progress, and closed. As the last one we have Scrum. When you click on that, you will have open, pending, in progress, completed, in review, accepted, rejected, blocked, and closed. You can create your custom template as well. For that you can click on this and click on this new template in here, and you can name it as per your requirements. Just cancel it for now. But as we were using content, so you can click on that and click on apply changes. So here you can see we have tasks in here and the status in here as ready, writing, publish, rejected, approval, and all of these. Goal tracking. ClickUp offers a goal tracking feature that allows you to track the progress of your project goals. For example, if you're working towards a sales target, you can set a goal in ClickUp and track progress based on the tasks completed and milestones achieved. Goals can be smart, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, and can be broken down into sub-goals or tasks. You can track your goals by setting a goal in the goals section. For that, you can just click in here. You will have this interface and there is the option called set a goal. When you click on that, you just have to name it as, for example, sales target, and press enter. Owner will be me. Press enter and press enter as well. End date, for example, at the end of the month. And description, you can just write in here as this will track goals set by me for myself. So you can click OK. So here you can see, now you can just click in here as we have 0 targets. So you can just click on that, scroll down a bit and create a target name as number of sales. Okay. Owner me. Okay. Next we have type of target. How do you want to measure this result, as numbers, true, false, currency, or tasks? For now we'll be using number, as start will be 0 or target will be 5 for example, and click OK. when you just go back in here, all goals. So here you can see we have one target in here when you click on that. So here you can see we have 0 sales out of 5 till now for this month. Task permissions. Managing task permissions ensures that the right people have access to the right tasks. ClickUp allows you to customize who can view, edit, or complete tasks within your workspace. For instance, you might want to restrict certain team members from editing critical project details, while giving them the ability to view and comment on tasks. To set task permissions, navigate to a task or project. For example, you can just click in here as chapter review, click on this open task, click on share and set access levels for each user. For example, when you just click on this share button, here you have options like share link with anyone in here, and you can share a private link as well. And when you just click on that lesson plan, and here you can see you have 2 people in here, and me as workspace owner has full edit. But this person can have different access. For that you can just click in here and you can just set it as this person can edit, comment, or view only. For example, when you just click on view only, the person can't comment or edit. But when you just click in here as comment, assignees can reassign and edit status. When you just click on edit, the person cannot create subtasks and delete. But if you just click on this full edit, the person can edit and delete as well. So when you just click in here, so now you have given this person full access as this owner has. Integrating ClickUp with third-party applications. One of the greatest strengths of ClickUp is its ability to integrate with a wide variety of third-party applications. These applications allow you to bring the tools you are already using into ClickUp and keep everything in one place. Google Drive. ClickUp integrates seamlessly with Google Drive, allowing you to attach and collaborate on documents directly from within ClickUp tasks. You can link Google Docs, Sheets, and Slides to tasks, making it easy to manage your files and keep them updated. To integrate Google Drive, you can just go to this space section in here and click on Apps. So you have all the options in here like Dropbox, Figma, GitHub, Google Calendar, and Google Drive as well. So for example, if you want to integrate Google Drive, you can just click in here and connect it in here. So now we can just click in here as we have this Gmail logged in. Click on continue and select all, continue, and you are done. You can just click in here, link any documents or files directly to tasks by clicking attach files and selecting files from your Google Drive. For example, when you just close this window and go to table, for example, and this one, and attach file from Google Drive in here, continue, continue. So you can use any of these. For example, this one, click on select and click on send in here. So you have added a file from your Google Drive in here. Slack. If you use Slack for team communication, ClickUp integrates with Slack to send notifications and updates about your tasks. This integration helps keep your team aligned without having to constantly check ClickUp separately. To integrate Slack, go to the integration section in ClickUp or click in here as click on apps, and you have options in here. Scroll down a bit and you have option as Slack, and you can just connect it in here. And you can just allow it to have access to Slack within this ClickUp. Zoom. ClickUp integrates with Zoom to schedule meetings directly from within ClickUp. You can link your Zoom account to ClickUp and set up meetings in advance, making it easier to keep track of important project meetings. To integrate Zoom, you can just click in here, go to apps, and you will have option as Zoom in here. And when you just click on that and click on connect in here, and the only thing you will have to do is to sign into account, and you will have options like SSO, Apple, Google, Facebook, and Microsoft as well. So you can use any of these and Zoom will be integrated in ClickUp. Other integrations. ClickUp also integrates with many other tools like Trello, Outlook, and Zapier, allowing you to automate workflows across different platforms. This is ideal for teams using various tools and wanting to streamline communication and project management. Creating custom dashboards in ClickUp. Dashboards in ClickUp give you a high-level overview of your projects, tasks, and team performance. Custom dashboards allow you to choose exactly what data you want to see, making it easier to track progress, monitor KPIs, key performance indicators, and ensure that your team is staying on target. Building custom dashboards. To create a custom dashboard, go to the dashboard section in ClickUp. Here you can see you have an option in here, and click on create a dashboard. You can choose any of these like simple dashboard, team reporting, time tracking, project management, and client portraits. But if you're not willing to use a template, you can start from scratch as well. For example, if you want to go with team reporting, you can just click on that and click in here. For example, you just want to analyze this one and click on create dashboard. Choose from various widgets. For example, task lists, time tracking, Gantt chart, overload, etc. to display the data you want. Customize the widgets to show specific data, such as tasks assigned to team members, tasks due today, or the status of ongoing projects. For example, when you just scroll down a bit, and you will have access as task by assignee, and worked on this week as 15 tasks, and the team member has 15 tasks done and you have 21 tasks. So you can just overview everything that you are working on currently. Tracking progress with dashboards. Dashboards are useful for monitoring project health and team productivity. You can use widgets like task list widget. For that, you can just click in here, add card, and you can just click in here as task list widget. When you just click on that and add card, so here you can see it displays tasks from specific projects or assignees. When you scroll down, you will have everything that you're working on. So this is how task list widget works in ClickUp. Workload widget. For that, you can just click in here and click in here as workload by status, or you can just type in here as workload, and you will have workloads by status, which displays a breakdown of your statuses across locations. And the next we have workload by status, which displays a bar chart of your statuses using across locations. For example, when you just click on that and scroll down, add card in here. So here you can see you will have an overview of to do, open, ready, and all the phases that you are working on currently. It shows the distribution of tasks across your team to ensure no one is overloaded. Time tracking widget. For that, you can just add card in here and time reporting, or you can just write time in here, and you have all the options like cycle time, lead time, status over time, total time in status, and everything. But for now, you can just click in here as time reporting and click in here as add card. So here you can see track time is this one and estimated time is in here. It tracks the time spent on tasks and compares it with your original time estimates. Sharing dashboards. You can share your custom dashboards with other team members, ensuring that everyone has access to the same data. For that, you can just click in here as share button. So here you have three different options, as you can invite by name or email, you can create a private link in here, or you can make it public as well. For example, if you click in here to make it public, then everyone will have access to this dashboard, and you just will have to click in here to copy link and share it with anyone you want to. This helps teams stay aligned and focused on the same project goals.